You, who refuse to disappear in the shadow of mediocrity, who tear up the roles that have been assigned to you. You are here today because you chose to be great. You dared to be different. You forged your own path instead of following the crowd. Does that come at a price? Of course there is, but that price is much lighter than giving in to fear. They said you don't like Elon Musk, but it was never about liking or disliking. You chose to find your own path, not to worship anyone. Because we are not those who walk on other people's paths, but those who open new paths. We are the ones who choose to reach for the stars instead of drowning in mediocrity. And that is precisely why there are those who do not understand us, and they will never understand us. Before we go any further, please help this message reach more people by clicking the like button below this video. Don't forget to subscribe, because it is your duty to help spread this message far and wide. For every chosen one who continues to question their own worth and power, what you are about to hear is much more than a message. It is a wake-up call. Together, let us raise the flame. Rest well, because tomorrow we will rise again, and this time we will be even stronger, even more unshakable. Those who don't like us, those who hate us, those who look for the reason for their sleepless nights in us. They are the ones who want to overshadow us instead of understanding us. But in their minds, we didn't choose to live rent-free, so here we are. We shake their comfort zones with our presence, our posture, even our breathing. Do you think this is a coincidence? No. Research shows that jealousy and stress are the main causes of insomnia. And the reason they can't sleep at night is not because of our mistakes, but because of what we do right. We haven't done anything wrong, we're just where we shouldn't be, according to them. But here we are, and we are determined to go further. They despise us not for our sins, but for our courage, because we have shattered the invisible laws of mediocrity. We were not supposed to stand up, we were not supposed to go on, but we chose to be great, and we will continue to be great. Now they are caught up in an endless, anxiety-driven Netflix marathon that goes late into the night, asking, why don't they fail? So sit back, grab some popcorn, and let's discuss why your critics can't sleep and why you, the person you have chosen, is the cause of their insomnia. First of all, despite their hatred for you, they cannot stop investigating you. Now is the time to click on YouTube's Super Thank button and make God's blessings known. With a gift of $100 or more, you can join this holy mission and help advance His purpose. God's generosity is evident in every gift, and I have no doubt that you will receive more than you can imagine. Never forget that you have His grace and protection at every turn, and with every gift, you become part of His divine purpose. You are as unbreakable, powerful, and dazzling as His mighty rock. Feel the benefits of your giving in your soul as you see God's miracles. Light up the world with courage and confidence. May you be blessed and follow the light of the Lord. Whether they want to admit it or not, the haters are obsessed with you. They not only despise you, they study you. They learn your routines, observe your actions, and scrutinize everything you do to find a weakness they can use against you. Enter 33 if you are ready to embrace and rejoice in the incredible transformations God is bringing about in your life. The irony is that in trying to destroy you, they inadvertently start to learn from you. They watch your progress as if it were their full-time job. They analyze your victories to uncover the key to your success. They are also shocked when you do something unexpected. They can't ignore it. They mentally visualize what you have done and wonder why their own life is not progressing as yours has. They find it frustrating, and it keeps them awake at night. Experience what it is really like to be chosen. You are not traveling alone on this journey. If you secretly believe that you are chosen, you are in the right place. By choosing to join, you can further your relationship with us, access exclusive information, and get the help you need on your spiritual journey. It's not just about joining a group, it's about gaining access to special insights that can change your life and help you get closer to your divine purpose. Make your decision now and join us on this journey. Claim your right to be one of the chosen ones. Sign up today. They tell themselves that they don't deserve it, but a little voice in the back of their mind tells them that it could be them, not you. They have used you as a case study for themselves. But unlike real academics, their goal is to discredit rather than advance. They take notes not to apply the lessons, but to identify your slippage. But in doing so, they still take your energy, attitude, and tactics. Some even start copying you without even realizing it, taking little aspects of your uniqueness. The worst part is that the more they try to understand you, the more confused they get. Because what makes you truly unique is not what you do, but who you are. And no matter how many restless nights they try to have, they will never be able to imitate that. Secondly, they cannot sleep at night because of their own mediocrity. Those who vilify you are angry with themselves, not with you. However, it is easier to blame you than to admit the truth. Every time they see your success, they are reminded of all the things they could have done but chose not to. The missed opportunities, the ambitions they gave up on because they didn't have the courage to pursue them, the late evenings spent whining instead of working. Watching you progress while others remain stagnant is suddenly like a slap in the face. They have convinced themselves that your job should be easier or that you are lucky and life is unfair. However, in their hearts they know this is not true. Their 24 hours were the same. They had opportunities. They just did not accept them. And now they focus their efforts on tearing you down instead of improving their own circumstances. As if that will somehow make everything more equal. Your success is a constant reminder of their own unrealized potential. So they want to sleep, but they can't. Not because of anything you have done specifically for them. Their thoughts are full of what-ifs. What if they had worked harder? What if they had more confidence? What if they had accepted the chance instead of making excuses? What's the worst thing? They realize that change is still possible, but they choose to stay resentful and watch from the sidelines hoping you fail so they don't have to feel so horrible about their own actions. Write the number 77 in the comments to let the cosmos know you are ready. The more you win, the more restless they get. Because they secretly despise the fact that you are proving them wrong, and they are proving you wrong. Third, they can't even be themselves, but they want to be you. Not only do haters dislike you, they are also jealous. Not just for what you have, but for who you are. Your self-confidence, your fortitude, and the way you go about your life without seeking approval. This is something they want to have. However, instead of improving themselves, they choose the simpler path of hatred. They watch everything you do, even if they claim they can't stand you. They turn their noses up at your achievements while secretly taking notes. Despite their passion, they act as if they are superior to you. They have no idea who they really are. When they see someone like you, someone who dares to be different, it bothers them because they have spent so much time trying to fit in and be what other people expect. They make fun of you, but deep down they wish they had your courage. They wish they could live freely without looking for approval, stand out like you do, and embrace their power like you do. But they can't because being like everyone else is the basis of their whole identity. In addition, when people see you for who you really are, they have to face a reality they don't want to face. They are imprisoned by a life they never really chose. They attack to bring you down to their level. Because if they can make you question yourself and make you smaller, maybe they won't seem so small. The problem is that you don't need their consent, and that consumes them. Because ultimately, they don't want to belittle you, they want to be you, and they cannot cope with this realization. Fourth, even though they pray for your death, they see you succeeding. Haters actually want you to fail. They don't just despise you. They sit with their arms crossed so they can say, "I knew it," and wait for the moment when you trip and fall, when life knocks you down. Instead of hoping that you will lose, they mentally practice it and they act out every situation where you might lose. But the strange thing about life is that it doesn't follow their commands. You always get up again while they are waiting for you to fall apart. Every failure they celebrate is the beginning of your next big victory. They find it frustrating because according to them, you should have finished by now. You should have given up. You should have let their comments tear you apart. Yet every morning you get up, go on and refute them once again. They update their timelines while they wait for the terrible news. They cling to the fairy tales they have heard in the hope of proving that you are not as tough as you seem. But instead of failing, people see you succeeding, and that consumes them, because the higher you go, the more they want you to die. They also look for new reasons to distrust you after each new victory. In reality, they were never ready for your tenacity. They didn't think that the burden they put on you could actually make you more resilient, smarter, and unstoppable. Now they are forced to see a story they never wanted to see unfold. A story where the hero they swore to fail goes on to triumph. And the best part? You don't even have to talk to them. Your achievements are obvious. Fifth, they cannot run away from you because you are a mirror. Your success not only angers your detractors, it exposes them. If you feel inspired, consider making a large grateful donation of $50 or $100 to this channel. Your donations allow us to continue sharing these divine teachings with the world and bring blessings, love, and hope to those who need it most. When they see you succeeding, they have to face the unpleasant reality that they are not where they want to be. And it has nothing to do with you, good fortune, or any great injustice. They are to blame. They witness your success and realize how much more successful they could have been had they made the effort. But instead of feeling motivated, they feel resentful. Because when you acknowledge your success, you are actually acknowledging that others have the same talents and opportunities, but lack the perseverance, courage, or foresight to take advantage of them. That's why they underestimate you. This is psychological, not personal. Their explanations are just excuses, and you are the living proof. For them, such awareness is intolerable. Therefore, they devote all their energy to destroying you instead of improving their own lives. Because if they can convince themselves that your success is worthless, they will not have to accept responsibility for their own shortcomings. The problem with mirrors is that whether you cover them, avoid them, or even shatter them, they always reflect reality. Therefore, it is not possible for them to get away from you. Although they go to great lengths to avoid you, their curiosity always prevails. They follow your progress and check up on you in the hope of detecting any signs that you are experiencing difficulties. Instead, they see that you are improving. It also makes people see their own inertia. That's why their hostility is so strong. It is not simply jealousy, but self-hatred pushed at you. What is the funniest part? Because of their obsession with you, their own suffering is compounded. Because they are wasting their time observing you while you are enjoying your life. Sixthly, they worry that you will refute them once again. Haters distrust you not only for fun, but also to protect their own fragile egos. Every time they criticize you, they silently bet themselves that there is no way they can succeed, and when they make that bet, your success becomes their worst nightmare. It is important to think about what this means for them, not just how you can refute them. If you prevail, they were wrong. This shows that their negativity is futile. It shows that they have completely lost faith that individuals like you can succeed. It's a difficult situation to accept. They cling frantically to the hope that you will fail. They are watching you, waiting for you to make a mistake so they can feel validated. The problem is that you don't slip. You adapt. You take their skepticism, jokes, and rumors and use them as fuel. Whenever they believe you have reached the top, you surpass yourself. And with every new victory, they get more and more worried. They no longer look foolish for questioning you once. They now look foolish for doubting you over and over again. And every time they are wrong, their confidence is shaken. They start doubting themselves. If they are wrong about you, what else are they wrong about? What more could they have achieved in their own lives? Could they have gone further if they only trusted themselves instead of criticizing others? As a result, they lose sleep. Because as long as you continue to rise, they will have to admit that they are promoting the wrong point of view. They lose because they bet against you. So what scares them the most? It doesn't seem to end. You continue to refute them. Seventh, they feel a stronger attachment to your life than to their own. Haters want to pretend they don't care about you, but their behavior betrays their true feelings. They constantly watch your every move, update your social media accounts, and somehow seem to know what you are doing, even before your real fans do. What is the truth? They care more about your life than their own. They think about you when they wake up. They scour your sites for something to criticize. They talk about you in group chats, analyze your decisions, your victories, your failures, anything to keep you focused. But while they are busy observing you, what are they doing for themselves? Nothing, and therein lies the real sadness. They spend their time worrying about your wishes instead of pursuing their own. They focus on your success rather than their own. You have become their source of entertainment, inspiration, and distress. They cannot stop this cycle. Their busyness comes from themselves. That's the problem. They decide to follow you. They decide to keep an eye on your achievements. But the more they observe, the worse their feelings about their own lack of progress become. This is the real reason why they lose sleep at night. Not only are you not winning, but they are wasting their lives seeing other people's successes instead of forging their own path. It's really ironic. They used to look down on you, but now they see you as the protagonist. They reload their feeds looking for an excuse to feel better, but instead they discover more evidence of your invincibility. They are also adding to their own suffering as they observe. At this point, you don't even have to answer them. They are losing the war they are waging against themselves. Eighth, you are the guardian of their prison-like psyche. Your opponents have built a mental prison and have imprisoned themselves in it, even if they don't realize it. They have built walls of jealousy, bars of mistrust, and their own ideas about you serve as shackles that hold them in place. They think about you when they wake up. They think about you before they sleep. With every step you take and every success you achieve, their bonds tighten even more, because they cannot break free from their addiction. They believe it would be easy to ignore you, but they can't. No matter how indifferent they try to appear, you are tormenting them. Even if you have done nothing wrong, your victories look like personal attacks. And the worst part? The more you succeed, the more desperate they feel. They are not in control of the story. They cannot stop your progress. The way the world perceives you cannot be dictated by them. And they are driven mad by this lack of control. The irony is that they have put themselves in this predicament. You have not demanded their attention. You have not begged them to observe anything you do. But somehow you took center stage and became their obsession late at night. They are trapped in their own thoughts, reliving past arguments, repeating past complaints, and scrutinizing your achievements as if it were their full-time job. Meanwhile, you are free. You are moving on with your life, doing new things and hardly thinking about them. So they find it quite annoying. Because you are out there in the real world doing things while they are trapped in a cycle of jealousy in their minds. Also, the higher you go, the more they seem to be trapped, because they can't look away, but they can't bear to see you triumph. The ninth is that you are blessed even when they try to condemn you. Haters believe they can control you with their words. They seek to damage your reputation by spreading stories, talking behind your back and making you look bad. But they don't realize that their pessimism is actually helping you. They keep you relevant every time they bring up your name. Every time they vilify you, they increase people's interest in you. People love to argue. In addition to forming their own opinions, they also like to see who is the subject of rumors. Therefore, when your detractors spread rumors about you, they are giving you free publicity. They are exposing you without realizing it. Some will investigate you after hearing your criticism, and instead of falling for the lies, they will see the truth. They will see your efforts, your achievements, and your sincerity. In an instant, your detractors inadvertently introduce you to new allies. It is even funnier when their hatred motivates you. When someone tells you that you cannot do something, you go ahead and do it. They want you to fail, but their skepticism motivates you to try harder. And when you succeed, they look foolish in their own interpretation. Their intention was to condemn you, but instead, they make your victory even more joyful. Haters don't realize that their efforts to tear you down actually make you stronger. They want you to lose, but everything they do, every word, every whisper, every sour remark, only makes you feel worse. And by the time they realize what they have done, it is too late. You have already triumphed. The 10th is that you make them feel out of control. The haters are angry not only because you have won, but also because they have no influence over it. Their goal is to determine who will be successful, respected, and influential. And what about you? You did not follow their rules. You went your own way, made your own decisions, and showed that you never needed their approval. It is this lack of control that keeps people awake at night. They want to feel that they are in control, like gatekeepers deciding who gets a seat at the table. But you ignored them. You set your own table, and now others are bringing chairs to join you. And this has really shaken them. They made every effort to take back control. They tried to underestimate you in the hope that you would shrink. But it didn't work. They started gossiping to discredit you. That didn't work either. They even tried to ignore you, but that only served to emphasize your brilliance. They cannot stop you from rising. And this weakness has completely frustrated them. They are worried that if others see your greatness, their own power will diminish. They are worried that if you continue to grow, their voice will not matter. Because the key to success in their society is not merit, but deception. Controlling impressions is what they thrive on. But you are a living example that real skill, real hard work, and real determination will always prevail. And for them, it is the final loss. Not only are you winning, but they cannot stop it. 11th, their deepest fear is your potential. Haters fear not only what you have done, but what you can do. Their anxiety consumes them as they see the first signs of something that cannot be stopped. They fear where you are going, not just resent where you are now. They realize in their hearts that you have only just begun. They see the momentum building. They watch doors opening. They see how others are beginning to value you. This also scares them. Because if you are already so successful and important and powerful, what will you be in 5 years, in 10 years? They hate that idea, because to keep rising up shows that their negativity has no effect. It implies that their gossip, their doubts, and their secret hopes for your failure are futile. It shows that all the effort they put into attacking you is wasted on you refuting their claims over and over again. Worst of all, they realize they can't ignore it. You will succeed everywhere. You will do the things they claim you can never do. You will travel farther than the places they say you will never go. Every time they look around, they will also remember that despite their hopes that you will fail, you are growing unstoppably. They cannot sleep, not because of what you have done, but because of what they know is going to happen to them. And so they are in a very deep fear. Because you are not even close to finishing your narrative. The 12th is that they can't understand why you keep winning. Haters are angry scientists who have failed tests. They've tried everything, including casting doubt on you, putting obstacles in your way, and smearing your reputation. But nothing seems to have worked. Every time they expect you to fall, you rise higher. They cannot understand this and therefore cannot tolerate it. They believe there is a predictable formula for success: privilege, connections, or external approval. And what about you? You don't follow their logic. Even if you don't follow their rules, you continue to exceed them. They question how you can succeed despite their pessimism. Also, not getting an answer keeps them awake at night. They spread rumors about you to make others dislike you. However, instead they give you free exposure. They put obstacles in front of you in the hope that you will slow down, but you overcome them, or worse, use them as stepping stones. What surprises them most is that their hatred makes you stronger rather than weaker. Every failure they celebrate becomes another opportunity to improve your skills. Their interest in you grows with every rumor they share. They expect you to crumble, but instead you change and grow. They try to pull you down and you continue to show that nothing can stop you. It's a never-ending cycle. They cannot understand how you do it, so they lose sleep. What is the crux of the matter? The solution has been in front of them all along. This is your attitude. You don't need approval, expediency, or outside permission. You act with resilience, discipline, and purpose. What's more, they will never understand it. Because instead of improving themselves, they spend most of their time conspiring against you. 13th, they find it intolerable that you do not need their consent. Haters like to have a say. They want to believe that their words have the power to influence how other people perceive them, and that their opinions control reality. However, when you don't care, when their criticism doesn't cause you to doubt yourself, it destroys their sense of authority. They find it intolerable that you move forward without first seeking their approval. Don't look for approval from those who secretly want you to fail. They anticipated that you would seek their approval and compromise yourself to meet their expectations. Instead, you rejected their game completely. You put your needs ahead of theirs. And that choice alone puts them in a difficult position. Because if you don't care about their opinions, how can they have any real influence? Why were they speaking against you in the first place if their words wouldn't stop you? It is a direct blow to their ego to realize that you are not influenced by their thoughts. It's really very funny. When they criticize you, they hope you will be offended, but they are the ones who feel inferior even when you don't recognize them. In their hearts, they want to be the gatekeepers of success, the ones who determine who wins and who loses. But you have revealed that their consent is never required. That is the main thing that bothers them. Not only have you won, but you have done it without needing their approval. Now, they have to watch someone over whom they have no control develop in ways they could never have predicted. 14th, that you were chosen while others were not. This is where it all begins. The bitter truth underlying their hostility is that you have something they don't have. Maybe people notice you because of your intelligence, your work ethic, your tenacity, or your unique energy. Whatever it is, they don't have it. They know in their hearts that they can never have it. This is not just jealousy, it is hostility. They realize that you are following a course that was not designed for you. You have been chosen for it, and they have not, no matter how much they try to humiliate you. The decision has already been taken by destiny. That's why they stay awake at night. They had the choice to adopt their own path, focus on their own legacy, and create their own success. But instead, they wasted their time following yours. And the worst part? You continue to show your choice. You keep showing up, changing, and moving forward in unexpected ways. They have thrown everything at you to throw you off your path. But fate never makes mistakes. No matter who tries to block the route designed for you, that route will always open up. And it is this insight that really breaks them, the knowledge that nothing they do can take away what is already yours. At the core of all the busyness, the lack of sleep, and the endless efforts to bring you down lies one fundamental, inescapable truth. You were never meant to be stopped. Your path is unaffected by anything they do or the efforts they make to destroy you. You have unstoppable momentum, and they know it in their hearts. That is what torments them the most. They have used every possible strategy, including rumors, uncertainty, obstacles, and silent curses. But you continue to rise. And this is driving them crazy. They believed they could tear you apart, but their words only served to fuel your fire. They believed that by ignoring you, you would disappear, but your influence has only grown. Although they believed you needed their approval, you showed that their comments were just background noise. In reality, their jealousy has imprisoned them. Their hatred is directed at their own shortcomings, inability to change, and limitations rather than at you. You serve as a constant reminder of what they could have been if they had worked harder instead of wasting their time and effort on you. But what about this reality? They find it very difficult to accept it. But what's even better is that you don't even have to engage in a struggle with them. You don't have to answer. You don't have to give an explanation. The highest response you can give is your success. Every time you triumph, raise them, or disprove them without even trying, you remind them why they can't sleep at night. So let them talk. Let them observe. Let them spend their time planning while you continue to create. Eventually, while you are busy enjoying the life they say you can never have, they get caught in a cycle of their own creation.
If this message has touched you deeply, if it has made you feel something, if you have felt every word, don't stop with this message. Let's keep this enthusiasm going. This is just the beginning, so click the subscribe button. Those who never want to see you succeed will be shaken by the coming fire and the truth. If you have experienced what it is like for those who hate you to lose sleep, you should enjoy this video. Leave a comment below and let's talk. Share your story with me. Tell me how you keep refuting them. Tell me how you refuse to give up. Most of all, pass it on to someone who could benefit from this reminder. Someone who needs to be reminded that they are unstoppable and that hate only shows that they are doing it in a convenient way. Let's build this movement together. Because those who are chosen not only succeed, but also motivate others to succeed.